With the 4th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Jaren Jackson Jr. from Michigan State University.
G'day guys, Crazy here with another NBA season preview. Today we're looking at the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are coming off a disaster of a campaign where they finished 22-60 and finished down near the bottom of the Western Conference. The Grizz had a disastrous year, Mike Conley only suiting up for 12 games, and they just had to patch together a roster for most of the year. But there's some good news. They might have lucked out in the draft, made a couple of smart free agent signings, and with a bit of health, grit and grind could be back again soon. The Grizzlies starting lineup I have obtained from ESPN through their depth charts. If there's something here you disagree with, Grizz fans, feel free to let me know in the comments, because there's a change to this that I think will be made. Mike Conley is looking like entering this season healthy. He's currently with Team USA, working hard, looking fit, looking strong, and he says he is on target to be ready for training camp. This would be a massive boost for the Grizz. Conley's one of the top point guards in the league. He provides veteran leadership for this team, and he seems like a genuine good guy. He can't come back soon enough for the Grizz, and hopefully when he gets out there, he can stay out there. Big Mike will be joined in the backcourt by Wayne Selden. Wayne Selden appeared in 35 games last year and picked up 9.3 points per game. He's a pretty solid player, but they'd probably like to see a bit more production out of the two guard this season. In a bit of a surprising move, the Spurs declined to match 4 years and $37 million on Kyle Anderson, and that was for the Grizz's game. He appeared in 74 games last year, putting up 7.9 points, 5.4 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and just over 1.5 steals. Kyle's quite lengthy and a pretty good defender. Coming out of the Spurs system can only be a good thing. I think he's a pretty good pickup for the Grizz. And 4 years, $37 million in the current climate, that's pretty good value. Jermichael Green also provides good value for this team, and he's a real hustle player. 10.3 points per game and 8.4 rebounds. I wonder how long he stays in this starting lineup. The Grizz didn't draft Jaren Jackson Jr. to be sitting on the bench for too long. He's a good veteran to learn from, and he plays the game pretty hard, as does Marc Gasol. Big Marc has been one of the great players in this franchise's history. 73 games last year, just over 17 points, just over 8 rebounds, a shade under 1.5 blocks. Knocks down his free throws at 83%. He's one of the best free throw shooters among any big man. The one area of his game that probably slipped a little last year, probably due in part to the lack of talent around him and taking too much on, only shooting the ball at 42% from the field, but he would have taken a lot of tough shots as he simply didn't have the guys around him to take some pressure off. Hopefully with the healthy Mike Conley he can get back to his winning ways, because Marc Gasol is a genuine good guy and I'd like to see him back on a winning team. The Grizzlies bench features their prize from the 2018 draft, number 4 pick Jaren Jackson Jr. 6'11", 242 pounds out of Michigan State. This is a grown man ready to come in and contribute from day one. The only thing that slowed Jaren down in college was picking up some fouls. This guy loves to go after blocks and he plays defense very aggressively, which is reflected in his 3.2 blocks per game. Also picked up 5.8 rebounds and shot his threes at 39%, shooting just over 11 points per game for the Michigan State Spartans. That's a big man, and I expect he'll come on and develop very quickly and be a building block for a long time to come for this Grizzlies team. The rest of the bench were Dylan Brooks, playing 82 games last year with 74 starts, in part due to the disastrous amount of injuries that the Grizzlies suffered, and he was good for 11 points, 3 rebounds, and just under 1 steal per game. Hopefully he can develop even further in his second season after picking up so much experience last year. Shelvin Mack was signed. He's a veteran who can come on and give you close to 7 points and 4 assists per night. They picked up Garrett Temple last year, and he's a veteran player who can do some good things. The guy they'd love to get some minutes out of would be Chandler Parsons. Another injury-interrupted season for Chandler, only logging on for 36 games. 7.9 points per game. He did shoot his threes at 42%. It's a shame this guy has never been able to stay healthy. The modern game is pretty much tailor-made for him now. A guy who can guard multiple positions and shoot threes, but unfortunately his body hasn't been able to keep him on the court, and he simply hasn't justified the money that he's been paid. Omri Caspi will try and find a new home with the Grizz after things didn't work out for him with the Warriors. Seemed quite hesitant to take shots at times with the Warriors, and combined with a slow release, he simply didn't fit in. I thought he ran the floor very hard and played hard, just didn't fit that team. I think he could be a handy player for this Grizzlies squad though. He can space the floor and hopefully he can rediscover that three-point shot. Marshawn Brooks, one of the stories of the year. 7 games, picked up on a 10-day contract. He just come in and went bang. 20.1 points per game and knocked down his threes at a staggering 59%. I love feel-good stories like this. Came on, hasn't been in the league for quite a long time, got an opportunity and he took it. Javon Carter was picked up in the second round with pick 32 out of West Virginia. He's a tenacious defender and plays very hard, and he might give the Grizz some good minutes as a backup. Yvonne Rabb rounds out the backups, 5.6 points per game, 4.4 rebounds. He's a good backup at the centre position. So where does that leave the 2018-19 Grizzlies? A healthy Mike Conley pretty much guarantees they'll get past the 22 wins of last season. The pickup in Kyle Anderson, but the X Factor's Jaren Jackson Jr. Can the big man come straight on and make an impact for this team? I think the Grizzlies are going to be a team that get back to their roots, grit and grind, playing hard and playing with passion in front of those fans at FedEx, one of the best home courts in the NBA. Unfortunately for the Grizz, they do find themselves in the Western Conference, where pretty much every team has improved. The West is a real minefield this year, and even though they've got Conley back, they've got Jaren Jackson Jr., and they play hard, it is going to be tough to make a great deal of improvement. I think the Grizz top out at 30 wins, 30 to 32. I just don't think they've got the talent on deck to deal with the powers of the Western Conference. I want the Grizz back in the playoffs sooner rather than later though, because they're one of my favourite teams. What do you guys think? Where do you think this year's Grizzlies end up? Grizzlies fans, I'd love to hear from you in the comments of what your expectations are from this team and who you expect to do good things. Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. May even think about hitting that subscribe button as well. If you have any feedback or just want to chat hoops, feel free to pop it in the comments and I will do my best to get back to you. Thank you very much for watching.